So if you've been feeling a little stressed, a little anxious, if your relationship has been facing some issues, or your love lives have been a disaster, um, if things aren't going smoothly, if you're feeling like you can get the words out, or little big annoyances like the cell phone doesn't work, the computer's breaking, things around the house are breaking, if you're feeling kind of lost in your spirituality, if things feel messy right now, there's always a reason, and from an energy perspective at least. Of course, we create our own perception of our lives, and so the goal, at least from my perspective, is to have internal peace and joy and balance, so that whatever's happening externally, we can move through with ease and peace and joy and grace. But I think that's a lifetime practice. And so currently, Earth is experiencing six planets in retrograde. If you're not familiar with retrograde, it's really a fascinating occurrence. It's an energetic, in my opinion, awakening, although it does really force us to learn lessons from a harder perspective, and sometimes, or a more challenging perspective, maybe not necessarily hard, just depending on your perspective. But it tends to stir things up here on our planet, and wreak a little havoc from time to time, or test us, right? And so just very briefly, the idea is that every planet in our solar system is a vibrational frequency that holds a specific energy that is correlated with a specific lesson. So the planets represent different energetic lessons and give us different energetic medicines, so to say, or gifts. And when a planet is retrograding, because each of the planets in the solar system revolve around our sun at a different speed, for example, it takes Earth 365 days to revolve around the sun. So each planet has a different revolving period. Because of that, then sometimes the planets that are ahead of us or at their normal position are behind us, because they're kind of looping us or lapping us, or we've lapped them. And so what it does is, essentially, when something is retrograding, a planet is retrograding, it shifts our relationship to the frequency and the closeness of this frequency from the planet, and its lessons to our planet. And so sometimes planets are retrograding for 40% of our life, and so we just kind of learn to live with this. And other times they're only retrograding for a few weeks, and sometimes they retrograde a couple times a year, sometimes only once in a while, and it just kind of depends on each of the planets. Right now we're in a really very interesting time. I say that because it's like Jesus, and it's not a coincidence that 6 of the 9 planets are retrograding. That's insane. That is, Earth is in a completely different energetic space than it is used to. When I say 6 of the 9, you have to remember that Earth is considered one of those 9 planets. So really, there's only 2 planets that are in the proper or our comfortable kind of space next to us that we're used to, that are providing us energetic stability right now. Everything changes. Life has changed. We know this. We've learned this in 2020, not so gracefully. And so when we work with retrogrades, it just helps us to continue to ride the wave of change. The thing with retrogrades are they're an opportunity to learn and to help us heal. And so for that reason, I'm excited to be offering for the next few Friday nights Healing with Retrograde series. And so it's a 90-minute class. It's $20 a head. It is limited due to COVID. So there's 20 spots a week. And each week we're going to work with one of the planets that is retrograding and heal with it. And I'm going to teach you all about it. And what's going on, what is it doing for us here on earth? How could it affect things for us here on earth? And then with that too, we're going to work on healing with it. And so you'll get some Reiki, some energy work. We'll do some stretching, some meditating, some sound healing. We'll do some journaling, and really work on like allowing ourselves to be in alignment with this frequency and establish a new relationship with this frequency of this planet as it's in a different place and affecting us. And so some of these planets, they are retrograding until October, November. And so we need to be buddies with them and understand how to kind of live our life. This Friday, what we're going to work with is Venus. And so Venus is actually done retrograding on the 25th, which is very exciting. But there is always like a lag period. And of course, it's been in retrograde for 40 some days. And so it has wreaked havoc on our love lives, our relationships. And so Friday's class is going to be about healing from them. So if your heart's been hurting, if you've been in a place of pain in your relationship, if you're going through a breakup, because it is very much a make or break type of energy for relationships, this class is really going to help with that. So I hope to see you with that. The following week we'll work with Mercury retrograde, and you can see the list of the different planets on the Facebook invite. And I hope to see you then, and also just finding, I hope to send you peace, during this time, and awareness and healing.